Hello there. Italy is now in a very precarious position. It needs to get its economy moving now, but doing that too fast could be catastrophic, especially without wider EU aid. Firstly, please subscribe and like this video to give my channel a boost, and I'm always uploading new content, so please do check back daily. Italian debt is going through the roof, and its economy has all but stalled after being hit so hard by the pandemic-forced lockdown of the country. But with the effects of the invisible enemy starting to subside, there is hope in the country that they can continue the easing of lockdown restrictions and get back to work to rebuild the nation's and their own personal finances. But the government is under pressure to ease the restrictions faster, so that now lives have been saved, the economy can also be saved. But there are fears that moving too swiftly could cause a second spike in infections and therefore an economically devastating second full lockdown. And as a fully paid up member of the EU club, including the Eurozone, Italians had been expecting some sort of help from the rest of the club membership. But they were generally ignored and told to just go and borrow more money if they needed it and pay it back later. And no one in their EU club wants to help them with direct grants, and with its recent ruling, the German Constitutional Court has thrown a spanner in the works of a possible Eurobond-style grant bailout. Now, the German and French governments have put forward a plan to bail out hard-hit countries, but according to some experts it's definitely too little, too late, and would hardly scratch the surface of Italy's problems. A sort of plaster to look good and hopefully placate the Italians maybe. But as far as I can see, it would actually benefit some other less burdened EU countries far more than it would Italy. Also, the funding might not even be available until next year. So no wonder sentiment amongst Italians for a Quitaly is so high, with the bookie Betfair currently putting the odds of a Quitaly at 3-1, with Greece in second place at 6-1 and then France at 8-1. But it's not just the EU that Italians are fed up with. The Times is reporting that some Italian leaders of local areas in Italy now need personal protection amid rising anger at their response to the health emergency. But overall it seems to me that there is a real conflict of attitude between those that fear the invisible enemy most and those that fear a collapsed economy most. And with the high levels of both personal and national debt in Italy and around the world, this is a conflict of interest that will also have to be resolved in just about every other country, and in the UK too. There's no way round that. And the only way for that to be resolved would be with sufficient funds to keep the lockdown going for as long as required, and in a manner that prevents people suffering in both mental health and financial terms. A very, very tall order indeed. And when the government is relying on ever-mounting debt to do it, at some stage it becomes an impossibly tall order. None of this is sustainable. So if Italy does not get some sort of aid from Brussels very soon, you can expect to see the sentiment for a Quitaly only going one way, and that is up. But to provide the sort of help Italy wants would require the pooling of debt across the EU in the long term, something that this proposed bailout fund does not do. In fact, Ambrose Evans Pritchard describes it in The Telegraph as a bigger Brussels pie to spread around on the basis of patronage, not on the basis of needing to address the financial fallout from the pandemic. That will not go down well with Italians when they find that they are left with the crumbs from the table of a phony crony bailout. And if Italy does indeed go, then it will take a huge net positive contribution to the Brussels coffers with it, A real hammer blow after Brexit, a blow that could seal the fate of the Eurozone and the European Union. Anyway, if you want to hear more from me, please don't forget to subscribe and also press that little bell, or you won't get any notifications. And if you want to see more of me, buy a mug with my mug on it. So what do you think about this Italian situation? Please share and comment, and thank you for watching. Please do like and share this video, and also subscribe to my channel. And when subscribing, please do remember to press on the little bell next to the subscribe button. That way you'll get an alert every single time I put up a new video. And thank you very much for watching.